everybody. How's it going? Here we are, 22nd of June. My goodness me. Just putting our name on there and the date. And it's tile number, my goodness me, 39. I'm even going to put an exclamation mark after that. Tile number 39. Oh my word. Do you know, and I keep coming back to this. I thought I'd do this and a few people might watch, you know, and just my regular class and see how we go there. But then, gosh, it's been wild. But, do you know, I feel like I know so many of you now, and it's just been wonderful to find that, you know, we're all sort of in the same community, and, you know, we've shared stories and pens and what not to do and what to do, and even who bakes cookies, Julie? Yes, not even received any of them, can I just say? But yeah, it's all been good. So here we are on a Monday afternoon, slightly sunny in most places, I'm sure, but yeah, all ready to go, I expect. So are we up for this? Oh yes. Today I have a pen, my regular pen. I've got my pencil and my torchon. You see, well used because it's quite black. Actually, it could probably do with filing off a little bit just to sort of clean that up. But other than that, not too bad. So here we go. Are we ready to make a start? All right, deep breath. If you're all settled and relaxed, all ready to sort of make a start here. And yeah, I've got my cup of tea, all good to go. And John's on his meeting upstairs as well, so hopefully his goes just as well as mine, but you never know, he'd be fine. Okay, so I'm going to start with my dots, 4 dots, and you notice that I'm not too close to the edge there. I've come in a little bit. I know, Monday again, Sue. Oh, hi everybody. So I look forward to it. I do, I miss you at the weekend. I'm still here working. Well, actually I've worked at home this weekend because I've been finalising the instructions for the new stencils and the front covers. Of course, you have to do all the artwork for the front covers, so I've been busying myself with that, so they're all done and ready. Stormy in Western Australia. Gosh. Do you know, it's quite, isn't it amazing that we can actually be talking here live, and I'm in England and you're in Australia. Gosh, that doesn't even bear thinking about, does it? Hi, Garth, Tracy, Anne-Marie. Okay, so far we've not missed anything. I've just put myself a border around, but you see I've got quite a border there, isn't it? So it doesn't matter which way around it is. Oh, Fiona, nice to see. I've not spoke to you for ages. Gosh. Okay, we're ready with this. So I'm going to, ever so lightly, I'm going to start here and I'm going to go all the way along and do a little bit of a wobble maybe, just a bit of a string. And a string is one of the traditional Sanntangle words where you create strings within which then we have sections we can draw in. However, we're not, from Canada, hello, gosh. It's amazing, isn't it? We can all be in the same space at the same time. It's great. It's lovely. So yeah, so my string, it's where you normally, you know, you would then create sections and tangle and put patterns within. However, today we're going to draw on the string. We're going to use that. Warm and humid in Ireland. Oh, gosh. Ireland. I've never been to Ireland. My sister and my mum went, but I've never been. Well, then again, I've never been to Scotland either. Gosh. Okay. So I'm going to start a bit large. There we are, look. And sort of right in this bottom edge. And I'm going to go straight in with a pen. Are we ready? Okay, take a deep breath. Lovely. So I'm going to start by creating a little bit of a sort of maybe an upside down smile. You might want to watch just for a minute to see what I'm doing here. I'm not going to go too small with this. I was just speaking about Scotland. I've never been. And I'm going to come back round, and it's sort of a bit like a bit like a jelly bean maybe. There we go. Okay. North Coast, is it? Is it beautiful? Oh, do you know, you sort of think that when lockdown ends, we should start getting out and about a bit more. Okay. Oh, interesting, just to see how to... oh, hey, Sharon. Yeah, it's lovely to, hear what's happening in all parts of the world, because you just think, because it's sunny here, it's not really bright sun, but it's sunny enough. It'd be sunny everywhere, but no. Okay. So I'm going to do another one of those. Hang on a second. And I'm going to start by drawing, it's like an aura, drawing around this one here. See? Beautiful in Kent. I missed Kent this year, actually, because I always do the Kent show. There we go. Yeah, group holiday, that'd be fun, wouldn't it? Oh, yeah, so we'd agreed we're all on salads now, yeah? But we actually have had salad for lunch today, so there we go. All right, now this one I'm going to do another, but I'm not going to make it as big as that last one. So I'm just going to aura around. It's a little bit like, when you zingers, you get a bit smaller as you're going. So here we go. But it's still quite sort of chubby in that sense. Yeah, look. Hot in London. 20 in Driffield. Oh, a Tangle holiday. Could you imagine? Gosh, once we got all together. So here we go. There's another. You see they're quite close, but this one is a little bit smaller this time, which is why we started a little bit larger. There we go. He'll bring biscuits. I should expect so, Julie. Oh, it'd be great, wouldn't it? Oh, yeah, of course, Asylum. We did Lincoln. I even got John to dress up last time we went to Lincoln. Went to the steampunk event. I've got a photograph of him next to... I can't remember what it was. It was a figure, with the long pointy nose. Yeah, and... a lovely steampunky kind of gypsy caravan, and I don't know who was smiling more, the guy with the long nose or John, because he just wasn't. Oh, Etty and a tangling cruise. Let me see where we're going with this. Look, I'm just working my way up. And what I am going to do, I'm just going to go a little smaller. I'm keeping it sort of quite fat or chubby here because I actually want to do something in these. Oh, Sheila, I'm going to look it out. I'm going to look it out because, yeah, I'd got my top hat on and my black, and John had got a purple top and tails. It was, I'll look. And he got he got a captain's hat. Yeah, I have to look that one out. It was funny. There was a lady there, and she'd got a fantastic sort of peacocky blue dress, and she'd got peacock feathers that sort of opened out when she pressed a button. That was interesting. And there was a dragon, or dressed up as a dragon, being carried or led around on a chain. That was really a bit weird. But no, we don't go through that. Okay, see where this is going. It's got sort of this almost snaky kind of trail going on. Alright, let's do another. You see now they're getting quite sort of short. They're nowhere near as sort of round as I started. Oh, do you, Sheila? I bet we've seen each other then. Bet we have. I've got a lovely little treasure I brought actually from a stall that was on the cobbles. It was Harry Potter snitch. There we go. So here's another one. And just working my way up. And again, I'm keeping them quite fat here. Yeah. You can go on to some like river cruises, can't you, where they're not so choppy and things. There we go. See how this is working? Oh, maybe Sheila then. Maybe I did buy it from you. Well, John brought it for me actually. It's actually in my living room on my. It's hanging off a door in my little cabinet. Amazing, small world. Okay, let's see where this is. There we are. Look. You see, I've got my sort of string here. I might actually. I'm going to change it a little bit, and I'm going to bring it back round on itself. You see, so it's just got this little kink, and this means now that as I follow that round with this shape, it's going to sort of slowly and surely start to curve around it. See? So I'm following that string as a guide, but I'm not sort of saying each time it's got to be in the exact centre. Steampunk, Joe, was sort of about the Victorian age and what they perceived the world or the next sort of few decades to be. It's actually my colouring books are all based around steampunk, if I'm honest. Certainly the Timepieces one, which is probably my best seller ever. Timepieces and Other Curiosities, and I also did a Just Like Clockwork, and that's all about steampunk themed images as well that you can colour and build up and stuff. And I love doing them and enjoyed them. There we go. You see how it's sort of working its way around. Oh, hey Rhiannon. Absolutely, Sheila, yeah. But you never know, what do we think the future's going to be like? We watch all these films, don't we? And see all these wild gadgets and you think, no, it's never gonna, but you just don't know. So you can see now I'm getting quite small as I go further up, and I'm going to sort of keep going smaller and smaller. There we go. And I might just get one little one on the end. Let's just add another tiny little baby one there. Okay. Oh, hey, if you can't turn it, don't worry about it. Do you know what you could do? You could extend it, and then you could go out onto your journal page and then curl it on your journal page. Yeah, it's a little bit tricky, this one. I think it's just getting to sort of work with those shapes. Oh, Bridget, that's nice to know. Thank you. But yeah, once you get to grips with the shape, it's curling it gets a little easier. But put a dot on the end there, look. Okay. But no, yeah, a bit like a backbone, Leslie. Yeah, look at that. All right, so let's go back to the beginning. Here we go. Now with these little shapes, there's lots of different things you can do. You can create any sort of pattern on them, but I'm going to sort of go with that centre point, and I'm going to add a little bit of a sort of triangle shape in there. There we go. And then I'm going to add a couple of little half bubbles either side. All right. And then either side, I'm going to add a little curved line. And then again, those half bubbles. Okay. Oh, of course you can, Kathy. Yeah, of course you can. So I'm then going to aura around those bubbles. Okay. Again, if you sort of think, oh, I can't quite get that in, that's fine. Add your own pattern in. See, any gaps I've got left, I'm going to fill in. So I get a little bit of drama. Okay. And I'm going to aura that end and that end, so I can colour those in too. There we go. All right. Yeah, they do look like jelly beans. ABBA. Hey, everybody likes ABBA, even if they won't admit it, they do. If a song comes on the radio, you know just as much as I do, you would sing along. There we go. And then I did this side and this side, and then added in those bubbles on that side as well. Then let's do an aura and an aura. Same there. See, now with this one's a little bit bigger, I'm going to aura just those sides, and then I'm going to fill in that shape there. Okay, and that shape there, and then there, and I did that section, and there, and that section. Okay. Oh, do you? Oh, we were there at the same time then. Remember that. Oh. So you must have seen that dragon then. I just thought that was a little bit odd. That I wouldn't have liked to have been led around by a chain. I think that was the thing that threw me. I was like, no, I'm not going that far. But, you know, everybody's different. And it was a really good costume, but not for me. No. I can't imagine 1 minute John thinking he could put me on a chain. It's not going to happen. There we go. All right. Yeah. Oh yeah, goth, yeah. Do you know, I used to be in, see this one here, I've got space, so I'm actually going to put another one this side as well. I used to be in a band. I used to play the saxophone, and we had a couple of ABBA type medleys that we used to play. Used to enjoy them. I used to get a solo bit in one of them as well. And, yeah, we did a tour of the Moselle in Germany. So yeah, during wine season. So we'll look at how we're doing so far. Oh, Rhiannon, yeah. Do you know what conversation always is, isn't it? I mean, as well, I'm sort of, I'm looking at the screen when I can, but of course I'm actually drawing alongside, so I only can pick up on certain things. But yeah, we talk about all sorts of things, but I think that's nice, isn't it? If like, you feel you can do that, because it's like having a conversation with friends, isn't it? Or even being that we're in Ireland and Scotland and Australia and Canada and the UK, of course. It's a real nice feeling that we can all work together on this. See, we know a few things about, see, Garth now, we know Garth likes ABBA, and he's got a birthday coming up soon. And we know that Jo's got her granddaughter involved in this, Jodie, and we know that, you know, some of you have been, I think, is it Bernadette's been on lockdown for loads and loads of days. And some of you had your first day out this weekend. I wonder how that went. Yeah. So it's just, you know, talk about all sorts. I might colour that one in while I'm there, see, look, change it up a little bit. This is going to look fab, isn't it? There we go, just keep putting those little half bubbles in. This is why I said I wanted them to be a little bit sort of fatter than anything else. It's just so we've got, oh gosh, 3 to 4 weeks more lockdown. I tried to get John to stay in yesterday just for an afternoon. My goodness me, it's not going to happen. from a little Benji now. You know, we've got our grass and he's got used to it. Can't keep him in at all. He just wants to play. Because it's fabulous. There we go. So your pattern might be slightly different than mine. That's absolutely fine. You know, you could even change it part way up. You could, you know, just have stripes or whatever you wanted to do, but sometimes it's nice to go a little bit more off point, isn't it? Oh, Katie, you've just started tangling. Hi there. So how old's Katie? How old are you? You're going to have to now send us a picture of what you've done. I think that becomes law when you first start. You have to send us a picture. That'd be lovely to see. To see how you get on with this one, and maybe send us a picture of this one. Yeah, let's have a look at it. Look. Okay. I might actually come back, you know, and in the centre there, I'm going to add another little section maybe. But for now, let's just work it round. There we go. There's my doorbell. At least you can hear it. There we go. So I'm just filling these spaces, just working it along each time, putting these little auras in. And you can decide how many you want in, and just fill the space in. There we go. Little bit at a time. Oh, sorry, Maureen. You don't get anybody all day, and then when you sit down. Sorry. Can't really. Well, I suppose I could unplug it. Well, you just don't know if it's, you know, if it's somebody you're waiting for, if it's a postal delivery. Yeah, and I need it. Does it come with the ear defenders? Oh, it is loud, isn't it? And that's the other side of the building. There we go. There we go. See how it's starting to sort of take a bit of form now, isn't it? And those sort of odd shapes that you create as you're going up and you think, oh, I'm not so sure about this and where's it going? It doesn't look so bad now, does it? Because we're filling them in and they're starting to sort of work together as a group. Adding that little bit on the end. Oh, is it? Yeah. Oh, you had something nice being delivered. I actually had one of those crazy moments on Sunday. You know, as you get a crazy moment sometimes and you see something, you think, oh, do you know what, that sounds like a good idea. So yeah, I brought a sewing machine from Create and Craft on Sunday. They kept saying limited stock and I thought, oh, well, I'll not get it then. By the time I logged on. So if I took yours out your basket, I'm so sorry. But I just thought, well, it's meant to be. So, yeah, so that should be arriving soon. Oh, it is. Tracy, do you know what? Yeah, you can tangle onto anything. Don't even have to worry. If it's flat, if it's round, it really doesn't matter. So it's a case of having that bit of confidence to give it a go, isn't it? Doesn't matter. As long as you can draw a straight line-ish, you can draw a slight curve, a little bit of a bubble. Doesn't matter, you can do this. Oh, did you, Gracie? Is it the same one then, do you think? It's the same machine, because it's a brother I brought. Oh yeah, watch this space. Who knows what I'm going to be making. There we go. Oh, I brought the brother, Elaine. Yeah. I've got a singer at the minute, but it's getting on a little bit. Can't really do buttonholes with it anymore. Don't know why, but there we go. Yeah, but Christine, wait till you start tangling and quilting together. Oh my word! Did you see the samples of the quilted and tangled that we did? If not, you have to let me know and I'll find some photos out. Or I'll get Leslie to photograph them. We'll put them on. In a trolley. Is it really? Oh God! See, I feel like I've joined a family again now, because I brought a brother machine. Did like my Singer, but I say it's brother machine was a really good price. So here we go. So I'm sort of in the mode now, as you can tell. You know, you start getting used to this pattern, and you start to fill it up, and you don't need to really sort of worry about whether it's perfectly exact or not, because it's just about creating that sort of sense that they're similar. There we go. So just continuing it, always putting that V in. So it's almost like I'm defining my centre point, and then the ends, and then coming back to fill in those little sort of shapes there. And if they're not quite all the same size, it doesn't matter. You see, as you get further up, we're going to start to lose a little bit of the detail because they're getting smaller. Let's have a look at how we're doing so far, see? There we go. They do, don't they? Oh, Angela. Yeah, I started life after school on the factory floor sewing, so yeah. I used to put zips in and darts in backs of trousers for Marks and Spencers and things. But I have my moments. I sort of go on a big massive blitz of sewing, and then I come back to drawing, and it's nice to have a break and do something different, isn't it? Doesn't make tea. No, that's why John's around. Yeah, John's my tea maker. There we go. You see now, as it's getting sort of smaller, I'm not putting as many of those sort of repeated lines in anymore. And I'm just trying to keep the patterns similar. Oh, Lindsay, I'm sure it was just a couple of years ago. So it's not many. Used to use FAFs in school. I used to teach there. Tiny little bits of colour in there, look. There we go. Back in with that V. Let's just mark those areas. Go back in now. And add in those bubbles. See, I'm only going to get a few in there if I want to do a little bit of colouring too. Oh, Gracie, mine's the same. Lives in the cupboard. Perhaps you should get out and try it. Yeah. A little bit of tangling on it as well. Actually, I'm always on the lookout for fabric that looks like it's got a tangle print. They're quite interesting to find, because there's lots of them about. Although at the moment we can't go to shops and have a rummage through anything, can we? There we go. So just getting a little bit in there. Sort of thicken up those ends just a touch. And that one. You see, it's getting really small now, so I'm not getting much in. Just giving it that essence that it's something there. You know, keeping the sort of thickness there. Maybe even just getting a bit of a line in there. Oh, you see, you sound like you're on a mission there. There's lots of things going on. She's a friend of mine, Jackie. She's just done a quilt and she's used all the set 1, 2 and 3 stencils to sort of create panels. I'm looking forward to seeing that. She's finished it, but obviously I've not been able to see her yet. But I'm sure that's fabulous. I've seen photos, it's amazing. Oh, curtains, yeah. Do you know I hate sewing buttons on and hemming things, but if it's something to make from scratch, I'm up for it. Oh, curtains, yeah. See how much smaller it's getting now. I'm just sort of getting into those. It's almost like you're challenging yourself to see how close or how small. See, I can still get those 2 in. Let's have a look. See, look how tiny that is. And a little bit on the end there. I might just get 1 in there, and just a tiny little bit of filling in there. So if you can't get 2 in, then just aim for 1, that's fine. So I'm just going to fill there. So I might not even get 1 in this time. Let's have a look. Yeah, I'll just get 1 in, look. It's almost like they're becoming just little stripes now, aren't they? Just put a little line in. It's so tiny you can't see it anyway. So let's just add a bit on those ends. There we go. Let's have a look at that. All right. Okay. Oh, look at that. So I said, coming back to it, we've got these little V's. I'm going to go in and I'm going to add just a little sort of teardrop shape in the middle there. I think it's just going to give it that little bit of extra. Now if you want to go ahead and do this in a different colour, some of you have been picking up those neon pens and trying those. Maybe you want to put a bit of colour in the middle, or a bit of a sparkle or something. That'd be quite nice. But I'm just gonna keep it traditional today. Okay, and in there. You see, it's getting further up. It's almost just a little line. Just finishes it off, doesn't it? See, can't quite. There you go. Tiny little bits. All right. Let's see. I'm happy with that. Look. There we go. Oh, Sue, that's awful, isn't it? But, some schools don't really have the resources, do they? Okay. So this is my little sort of trail off, but it still needs a little bit more to go. So I'm not going to do anything with the border just yet. I'm going to sort of pick on a space. It really doesn't matter which. You could start up here or down here. I'm going to sort of work in. I'll do it at this sort of distance so you can see where I'm going with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to quite touch it, so I'm sort of in the middle there, and I'm going to come up and I'm going to create a bit of a wavy line. You see? And then I'm going to go slightly round at the top. There we go, you see? And then you can either come back round, or I'm going to come from here. And I'm just going to take my time. I'm going to do quite a thin shape there. There we go, and just sort of fasten it up. Yeah, it does. Oh, look at this. So let's do another. So I'll bring it up here. So I might this time, if I turn it round and bring it round slightly, see? And then come on round this way. Nice and gentle, and then just finish it. So it's actually not touching at all. Let's have a look at that and for you. Look at that. Okay, I'm going to put another one here. So I'm going to start here this time. And again, so it depends whether you want to turn your tile as you're going or you can take it back down. However, it's easier for you to see. Millipede. Oh, he's cute though, isn't he? It's a real nice pattern, and the idea of it is, I mean, today we've done it in almost not a straight line, but a line and a bit of a curve. But imagine doing this and then just curving it so it goes sort of round in on itself. There's lots of sort of ways and things you can do with this one. Okay, I'm going to take it up and round, I think. So I'm going to start sort of here, and it's going to go from here to here, look. And then it's going to go underneath and sort of back out here. And back down again. See, you're not going to see. Just there you go. So let's add a couple on this side. Let's go from here along. I'm going to keep that one quite short. Now, you know I always like to do things a little bit differently. It's nice to sort of give you a chance to, you know, try something else out. There we go. And this stopping, starting does make a difference. Okay, let's have another one. Coming up and around. See, I'm not planning too much where these go. I'm just putting one where I think I'd like one. So I'm not trying to count legs or anything, because really this is just a suggestion, isn't it? We're saying it looks a little bit insect-like maybe, but not necessarily. That's it. So I'm gonna have one coming out here. And then back in. And then back and over here. So I'm not putting any fancy details on these. It's nice to have the balance between really detailed and something that's just, the pun there, just giving it a little bit of interest, isn't it? There we are. So these sometimes well, quite a lot of the time we do work with these lines and we make sure that they touch, whereas this time they're not doing. I'm going to put another one here. So I'm actually having to sort of stop myself from coming to join and just having them as separate sections. So let's have a few this side too. So I'm not counting, as I've not got the same either side. I'm not looking at it in any way like that. I'm just going in and adding where I feel like. Another one down here. Okay. So it's a lot of different things, isn't it? It's how you imagine it. And I think the beauty of this is because there's no defined image in mind, you could do what you like with it. And so there's no right or wrong. Nobody's going to look at it and go, oh, that's not quite how it should be, because nobody knows. It's totally different, and everybody's is going to be different. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back and add in that border that we drew. If you feel that you need to change it, then go ahead, and this is the time to do it. So obviously I'm going to go underneath any lines that I've drawn. So just bringing it up here. So you're just going to miss that one there and turn it back and bringing it down into there, just touching those bits. so let's look at our pencil and have a look at where we're going to put this. Now there's lots of ways we can do it. My way is only one way, but it's, you know, it's entirely up to you. So I'm going to start by I know we've got black here to go with, but I'm just going to add some pencil all over that, and you see where it just sort of comes over, and the same on this side. You see, today I've treated myself to a new pencil. I'm quite lucky that I've got some there, so I can go, I'm going to have a new pencil today. Actually, my other one's at home on the desk, so I needed one. That does show that I was working from home, doesn't it, at the weekend? Some of my stuff's in my bag, some's on the desk or table in the kitchen. And yeah, I picked up some, not others. Okay, so I'm working my way up my little shape and just putting pencil either side, just as we want to try and get some definition on this to give it a bit more shape. So we're going to make the ends darker and the centre bit a little bit lighter, because we're going to try and not put any pencil in the centre. Right. So I'm not looking at each individual section of the pattern now, it just all becomes one, and I'm going to shade the shape as one, to not try and add anything else to it. I'm hoping that the shading will speak for itself. Okay. So of course, as the further up you go, the less you're going to put on each edge, because your piece is a little bit smaller. And I'm just a little bit. See, so I'm not colouring in, I'm just adding pencil, because as we know, the tortillon's going to do all the work, and it's going to soften those edges and give us some depth that we're after. There we go. All right. Oh, so of course I'm using my new bag. Of course. Yeah. It's one of those that, because it's leather, it's going to take a little while to sort of work it in. So it's just going to get better with age, isn't it? Isn't that what leather does? But no, I'm loving it. Absolutely loving it. And of course I had a notebook cover, notebook to match. Oh, it was lovely. You can see here, look, I'm just adding some to this bottom section. So here, look, from this section just outwards, just a bit on that bottom edge. So I don't want it all to be pencil, but I just need some of it there. Okay. You notice today I've not smoothed any out yet. I'm leaving all the tortillon to the end. So I think that's where it's nice to have that little bit of magic, isn't it? There we go. So I'm going to go up the top as well, just on those edges, see? There we are. And that, just a bit there. Let's have a look at that so far. Okay. So, of course, I'm going to go around my border here. Just a little bit. I'm not going to sort of overdo that. I'm just giving it a little bit of shape there. Just turning as I go. Okay, adding some in there. Just going underneath that bit. And then this section into there. Okay. And then just before I sort of do any of the shading, I am going to choose a side. I'm going to go with this side here. And I'm just going to add a bit of pencil, you know, just to sort of mimic that shape there. And as soon as I get to the top here, I'm not going to follow it all the way around. I'm going to switch sides. So I've started there, and you see I'm coming over to here, and then I'm going to switch sides there. Right. Just adding some pencil under there. Okay, right then, tortillon. So I'm going to very gently just pull some of the pencil from the sides in towards the centre, just to smooth it off, but I'm leaving the centre, if I can, free of any pencil. Okay, there you are. So just working from one side to the other. I'm just pushing it and pulling it just to soften the edge, but see how it sort of fades as it's going. And through there. So I'm just going to continue that all the way up. So this is where all the hard work and all those drawings, and you think, oh my word, what am I doing? Hopefully now it's going to pay off, because it's all going to come together. Just a little bit. See, obviously as I go further up, I'm just going to do a little bit less each time. This is why, if you think to start with, we did that little V, so we've sort of got an idea of where that centre point is. You see, I can't really do much there. I'm just gonna quick smidging there. Okay. So with the little sort of tendrily type things, again, I'm just gonna gradually sort of stroke it so it moves further up. Let's do that a little bit bigger so you can see it. So see from here, I'm just going to stroke it up bank, and you can see that it's just smoothing it out and it's just working its way up, but I'm still leaving the ends wherever I can without any pencil. Okay, these bits here, there you go, there. Across up the top section, and just there. So I'm not really trying to colour anything in, I'm just softening that edge and moving it slightly just up that little shape I've created. This is where perhaps would have been beneficial for me to use the file and sharpen my tortillon, but that's okay. Alright, so moving to the border. You see that I've actually got I'm holding my tortillon sort of in the middle, and it's quite flat towards the page. So, you know, almost flat. And then to do these straight lines, you see I've got hold of it here, and I'm just going to go across it, bring it out a bit. So I'm across and then bring it out a bit. So I'm not moving it too much, so across and out a bit. And I'm being really gentle with it, because it's just giving me that little hint of a shadow. And if we start doing little swirls and doing it in little bits, then your surface isn't going to be as smooth as you wanted. You're going to get like little rough bits, and we want to try, if we can, and keep it all the same. Okay. I suppose so, a little bit, yeah. See here now, if I go into swirls, I'm just gonna take it all the way up my shape. You see the difference? Whereas with moving it this way, it's created sort of a softer edge, whereas here you've got a very definite edge, but it's a shadow that we're after. So using your tortillon in different ways just gives it that little bit of a hint. Okay, almost. I'm coming back in with my pencil. Now this is purely optional, so if you want to. See these, because we've got shadows here, and we've not really got any here, it'd be nice if I come slightly further out. So looking at this shape here, let's go a little bit larger so you can see it. I'm going to sort of start here, and I've mimicked this line, so I'm mimicking that line. You see it's not quite level, and I'm bringing it back in to the point there. See? John's just poked his head round the corner. His meeting's obviously over. Doesn't look too bad, it looks like it went well. So, that one there. He's laughing at me. We've been talking about you, John.
Nothing good will help.
Of course. Okay, so you can see here now, very gently, I'm just going to, again, just with the tortillon, I'm just going to smooth it off. Just a little bit. Same here, so I'm being really gentle, I'm not trying to move it too much. But let's have a look at that. See, it looks like it's slightly lifted. So let's try it again with these. Now we know that that's worked. Let's try it with these. So again, I'm not level, I'm coming in a little bit, slightly further away, and then working my pencil down to the point there. Same with this one. And then here I'm going to do underneath, so there. Okay, and then again, just very gentle swirls. See, what this is doing, it's softening the pencil there, but it's not moving it too much. It's just keeping it within that distance. Oh, hey, Diane. Yeah, no, it's absolutely fine. Honestly, you can come in or out as you see fit. It's that's the beauty of these videos, is you can come back and watch them and mute me and fast forward me and pause, whatever you want to do. You see similar sort of thing going on here, look, and I'm always coming towards and touching something but further out as we work it here. See? There we go. Same with these. Little bits there. And here. So there's no sort of set rule with this, it's just, apart from, I suppose, you've got to try and get it to touch somewhere, because if it's just out in the middle of nowhere, it's not really, your shadow's not got anywhere to go, and it's got to join somewhere. So we'd all end up like Peter Pan, wouldn't we, with no shadow. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Lee. So, I'm sure yours are all fabulous. I can't wait to see. You have a little petting zoo of creatures, couldn't we? There we are. See, just a little one there. That's what makes all the difference, isn't it? Just adding those extra little details. There we go. And almost done. So I mean, you could go back and you could add in more of these. It's entirely up to you how many we add in. We've just added a few in there, but not so much at all. Liking that. Okay, what I am going to do then, I'm going to go back in with my pen. Okay, and I'm just going to, where the sort of one side of that, I'm going to go the side where I've added the shadow in, and I'm just going to draw that line back in, just to define it. So I'm not going all the way around the curve, I'm just using that bottom line. So I'm stopping and starting just so I don't move my hand across the page, because obviously I don't want to smudge the pencil I've put on there. You pick it up as you see fit and leave it off. Again, this is just those little finery details that make the difference, I think. There you go. Just adding that extra line just on one side. Oh, do you want to add zingers, Julie? Don't have, you can if you like, but do you really want to? Or is it just a bit of an addiction? There we go. Up there. So let's just have a quick look at that. That looks scary. So you can see this is where I've added that extra line, and this side at the moment I haven't. So let's go in and put those in. And just adding turn it round a little bit. Oh, look. Imagine doing this in all different colours. That'd look quite nice, wouldn't it? And a bit of sparkle on there. I think it needs a bit of sparkle. I think so. But then if you look really close, it is an addiction, Julia, you and your zingers. You look at all the detail within it and all those beautiful lines and curves. But then you look at it as a whole. Yeah, true. And yeah, and Karen, you can't get into trouble for it. So no, I'm gonna go in again, and I'm just, see, I'm faffing now, but I want to. I'm just gonna do two sides. I'm just gonna add a little bit of weight to that border there, just on that side. Oh yeah, rainbow colours from one to the other, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? Now imagine this sort of going all along your journal page. I mean, you could make this even longer, or you could add more in. There's lots you could do with it. But I'm gonna leave it there for now. There's my initials. There we go. And that's my little tile for the day. So totally different. And you think, you know, was it Friday we did that sort of flowery kind of motif, which was really pretty. We've done a few grid structures now. We've done a lot of little sort of mini pictures and things. So this has been quite nice just to sort of see where it goes. Oh, Joyce, I'm sure it looks beautiful. And you know what? It's your own creation, isn't it? So, you know, even if, and I say this a lot, if you've got something that you're not happy with, I understand that. Even I have tiles I'm not happy with. Don't get rid of it. Look at it for a while. Or maybe, you know, just look at a certain section. You think, do you know what? I really like that bit. I mean, there's things on here I could look at and think, oh, that perhaps wasn't quite right, and I don't like the shape of that. But you've got to look for the positives in there, and you've got to think, what is it that I do like about it? So don't look at the negative elements. Look at something that you like. Exactly. So, you know, it's just go with it. And even if you've left it for a couple of weeks, you think, oh no, I really don't like it. Tangle over the top of it. Do something different. Add a different pattern. Or if all else fails, take, for example, this bit here. Create a little square of this section alone and think, right, okay, I'm going to totally ignore that bit, and I'm just going to keep that because I love that bit. And you see immediately it's something a bit different, isn't it? So, you know, never look at a tile and think that's it, but, you know, there's always something else you can make from it, isn't there? So I hope you've enjoyed this one, your little creature type thing. And, you know, love him because he's really sweet, isn't he? And there's so much more you can do with it. I say try it using a few of these, but sort of coming round on itself, and you'll get a really unusual sort of circle shape. It's certainly worth pursuing. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope that you'll give it another go and you'll try a few more. Maybe get it onto your journal page. Add a little bit of glitter and a few gems. That'd be quite nice. Or even maybe, now we've all got sewing machines, maybe this is one that you might want to stitch. You never know. See how it goes. So, all being well, I will hopefully see you again Wednesday at 2 o'clock. This happens this week. I'm at Create and Craft on Thursday, so it fits in quite nicely. So I will show you the new stencils on Wednesday, but you might have to remind me to sort of have them nearby. They are done now and they're being made as we speak, and I've just printed off the first covers and instructions, and I've spell checked them. So hopefully there won't be any spelling mistakes in these. So yeah, I do appreciate it. And thank you for your support. You appreciate that, you know, I draw and I do the pictures and the photos, but writing's not always my strongest point, but they're there, and I'm sure we can all make sense of them. So thank you ever so much. And yeah, I will see you Wednesday at 2 o'clock. All right, you take care, everybody, and see you soon. Bye.